Okay, here we go. Getting closer to a final product here, or final configuration. Still just playing with it, but it's been a lot of fun. Got some flat rocks over the bench. That's new. It's been working pretty well to protect it from the rain. We had a really rainy week, and it held up really good. Excuse me. Got some produce from the garden. I'm getting ready to grill on top of there. That'll be nice. And then, of course, we still got the two windows on the sides, but the new feature is the window on the front, and that is a door as well. And the rocks over the feed there, this rock plate with a top feed. So it's got the top feed still, but I've been batch feeding it through this door, which has been great. That's a big opening, 14 inches or so. So I've been able to load quite a bit of wood in there, which has been really nice. And it really allows you to see the internal configuration. There's the blockage in the burn tunnel that pushes the flame out to the windows. And I burned it this morning. Had a special guest here. Paul and Jocelyn from Permies came to visit. And, you know, the windows aren't perfectly clean, but you can see how they're more sooted towards the back section. They sort of burn themselves clean. And if I get it going really hot, it'll burn all the way off. So I'm going to light it up and grill some of that garden food. Okay, there it goes. I lit it, I don't know, literally like 2 minutes ago. And it is raging already, which is great. So now we got this front feed, and I prop it open a little bit with that little tile right there in the corner, and that keeps it open. You can actually close it off tight enough that it doesn't get enough air, because it really wants to pull air in there. But just like the side windows, this one throws a bunch of heat. Not as much. Those side windows are right in the flame path, obviously. But now we got 3 sides to sit around when it gets dark and cold. And, you know, that glass holds up great. There's a piece of wood just fell back against it. No problem. I'll leave it there. Doesn't matter. Okay. Time to cook. This thing's going. So you saw that fire in the side. Front view. Batch loaded. Pretty cool. This is actually configuration that, you know, I'm thinking about for an inside stove without the side windows, but with a front door batch loaded like this. This configuration kind of creates the large firebox, having the block in the middle of the burn tunnel, pushing the flames out to the sides. You make a large firebox, but there's still relatively small system CSA through what amounts to the burn tunnel, which now is 2 little burn tunnels. So it's an interesting configuration. And then when I saw Donkey and Canyon's experiments with a horizontal feed thread on Donkey's board last week or 2 weeks ago, I realized, wow, that's kind of what's happening here, what I've accomplished here. They're doing it with a single burn tunnel, and they choke it down. It looks like, I'm assuming, compared to the size of the firebox. So I'm kind of staggering my way through this. But anyways, thank you to Donkey and Canyon for your horizontal feed. I had this going, and you guys really inspired me to sort of go with that thought and turn it into this. Okay, so cooking time. Just threw some sausages up there, and got a leek put up there, one of my favorite new styles of cooking. Some homemade southwestern flavor sausage and a leek, and I'll probably throw some radish tops on there. And as you can see, she's just flaming away. So this cooking configuration is just a clay pizza stone on top of there. I like this one a lot. It has just enough barbecue flavor, a little bit from the, I guess, I don't know what, burned stuff blowing by the edges there. There is a hole in the top of that barrel, right, and it's blowing the exhaust past the edges. Sometimes I put this pizza stone inside the Weber, and the Weber grill sits on top. It has a hole cut in the bottom, so this thing blows flame out the top of this. Like at night you can see it. There's flame shooting out the top of the barrel. So whatever we're putting here is really right in the flame path. But this works pretty well. It's just kind of getting started. We'll come back to it in a minute. Yeah, that's progressing nicely. And of course, everybody likes to warm themselves by the rocket stove. That window over there is throwing out tons of heat. Every time I fire this thing up, those little chicks come out of their little hiding places under these bushes and stand in front of it. And if I go inside, they will all be right there, huddled around it. They love this thing. It's good when animals like it. Kitty, of course, every time I fire it up, she's right on it. There we go. Okay. Just like I thought after dinner. Everyone just cuddles around it. Everything's all warmed up. And it gets really warm around the barrel and the bench and in front of the windows. These little chicks love it. They're always wanting to be in front of these windows or up on there by the barrel. And now, late at night, it's burned all the soot off. It's burning totally clear. Can you hear the kitty purring? It's warm right here. We're pretty happy.